What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Of course, black men cannot stop getting revenge on Dr. Umar Johnson. And this time is for another reason. And of course, Dr. Umar was giving a lecture about the fact that Kobe Bryant passed away and gave all of his money, or his money went to Vanessa Bryant. Now, I want to play that clip and then I want to come back.
When he got to the NBA at 17 or 18, he chose him a non-African wife. And from what I understand, his mother or father or both didn't agree with his selection. They didn't agree with it. And so when he was murdered, guess who inherited all of Kobe Bryant's estate? Vanessa Bryant. Everything Kobe Bryant's parents taught him, every basketball technique his father gave to him, everything Kobe Bryant built in the basketball court, outside of the basketball court, he was working on his own. When Kobe died, all of his money, his power, his assets, his wealth, his entire estate went to a non-black woman. All that black talent went to a non-black woman. And from what I understand, she's not even thinking about giving his parents anything at all. This is what happened when celebrity parents raise celebrity children with no black consciousness. All you're doing is setting your empire up for a white takeover.
So let me kind of, break that down. All right. Now, I am a pro-black. I definitely believe in what he's talking about to the core. Again, what me and Umar disagree on really is not much about what he teaches, but also in hypocrisy and behavior. So as a pro-black, I see what he's saying. But then brother Mark Cruz had a clapback, and I want to play what he had to say right now.
When he got to the NBA at 17 or 18, he chose him a non-African wife.
So what, Umar? So what? Let that brother Kobe Bryant rest in peace for his family's sake. And stop shaming black men for dating out their race. Every American man and woman has a God-given right to date and marry who they want to date. It is not up to me or you to say or judge who they date, as long as they are happy. And that's the truth. And you are the last person that should be judging anybody when it comes to relationships, Umar, because you not had only one, but you had two kids out of wedlock, and you made both of those women single moms. And if you want to talk about rich men that's marrying non-black women, and you're afraid that those wives won't share the wealth, well, what about what Robert Smith did? He donated millions to pay off student loans in Morehouse College, and black women still bashed him. So you're damn if you do, and you're damn if you don't.
Now let me just say this. I agree with Dr. Umar over the brother Mark Cruz. But here's where I am going to differ, okay? Dr. Umar spends a lot of time trying to convince black men who are very comfortable dating interracial, who have some issue with dealing with black women, who are in the passport bro community. And not all passport bros are, dating non-blacks, but you're going to have these black men who are going to see the world very different, okay? They're going to see the world very different. And they're not going to want to date black women. And for those guys, the thing about it is this. What are you going to say about these guys? Okay? These guys don't want to date black women, or they want to date interracial. They want to give their money to who they want to give it to. Let them. What can you say? And I think a lot of times in the pro-black community, we're always trying to address guys who, let's say for an example, are not living to the level that we want to live them to. And what I have found out is that a lot of black men are just not on the pro-black tip, because a lot of black men don't see no incentive with it. And as us in the pro-black community, the Pan-African community, We are not going to be able to reach black men by trying to castigate them about their dating decisions. That is for guys who are already committed to this way of life. Guys who are not committed to this way of life, that's different. But if they are committed to this way of life, then that's different too. But the guys who are in the middle, we need to be, look, okay, here's the benefit of why you should be doing the all black world. Here's the benefit of why. Then we should start there. But we spend so much time trying to castigate people like Jamie Foxx. We spend so much time castigating Kobe Bryant. We spend so much time castigating these other brothers. And the way that they made their wealth didn't got nothing to do with us in the first place. You see, let me tell you something. A lot of time when you want to change men's opinion on something, you got to be a man that can hire or fire folk. And that's not something that we do. We in the pro-black Pan-African community, we're good at teaching, we're good at preaching, all right? And when we're trying to meet people who don't have our particular incentive, the first thing we want to start to do is try to teach folks. That even happened here in Africa. A lot of time I see a lot of pro-black Pan-African brothers coming to Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana. First thing brother want to start doing to Africans is start teaching. Start teaching the history. Start trying to do a history situation, a history lectures, and all of that. And after that lecture, brother, that's not going to feed that person's mouth. That ain't going to feed their belly. What you're talking about not going to help them in no real way. Okay? That's not going to happen. And we need to be honest about that. That's not what's going down, bro. And we spend so much time and again trying to convince people that all this money is going to somebody else. Well, in fact, all we got to do is come up with the solutions to say, hey, I want to match my daughter with your son, and we're going to have these markets to do this and that. That's something the community not doing. So when folks start dating interracial, we start castigating them. Oh, you're selling out, you buffoon, and I get it, right? But what did we do in the community? Listen to what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. What did we do in the community to make sure that they had a stable environment so they can stay black? What did we do? What have we invested in to make sure that our people have a different way of life? And in order to do that, you can't be selfish. Too many of us in this world is selfish. Pro-black world, selfish. Pan-African world, selfish. If it ain't about for donations, and this is not everybody, but this is where the community is struggling at. We don't have a lot of builders to be able to castigate people. A lot of us in the Pan-African pro-black world, and I can get involved in this too, we need to get to the building, okay? We spend too much time lecturing people that's not in our community, trying to convince them that they need to be down with us, when in fact, they don't need to be down with us. It's up to us to show that our way of life works. But one of the problems with a lot of pro-blacks is what we talk is not what you can see. So it appears that our way of life don't work. And see, that's where the problem is. When your way of life don't work. So when your way of life don't work, you start castigating folk. You start saying this, you start saying that, you start doing this, you start doing that, all kind of stuff. You see? And it just comes out with words, no actions. See, if you want to be able to convince that the black man need to stay loyal to the black woman or vice versa, what is it that you do? Now, I know what he's saying is true, but where are the actions behind it? Where are the businesses behind what you're talking about? Where's the community behind what you're talking about? And a lot of times, I'm going to say this, we have a lot of good people in the community. We have brothers and sisters in the community that want to help. They want to even help people like Dr. Umar Johnson. But then the thing is that we have so much bad mismanagement, and we always want everybody in the pro-black world to do something for free, while the guy at the top, he's the one eating all the good food. He's sleeping with all the women. He's doing all this crazy stuff. This is what we're talking about, guys. This is what we're talking about. And what we're talking about is problematic. Okay? And that's the situation. And why I agree with Umar over Mark. The situation is you haven't given no level of incentive as to we can theorize all day. But we got to get black men working together to show them the incentive of why they need to have ownership in the community. Then their women that they might choose in the black community will be more preferential toward them. But that's not what we're saying. Every time a black man gives to a white woman, you want to say everything else instead of saying, hey, listen, we need to get our men together and then we need to sacrifice for the next group of people. We don't do that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Preach for all you, subscribe to the bell. We're out.